Welcome everyone to 591 Lab. Today's topics we will discuss about some questions from Palo Alto Network's PSE Strata Professionals. The PSE Strata Professional is the certification from Palo Alto Networks that validates your technical knowledge of the Strata products and services. Before we start, let me introduce you about the 591 Lab. 591lab.com is the top IT training and certification exam brand in China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Singapore. Our mission at 591 Lab is to provide our clients with exceptional exam preparation experience for certification in Cisco, Huawei, Aruba, Juniper, Palo Alto, and Fortinet exam thread. If you have any queries or questions about how to advance your technology career, please don't hesitate to contact us at 591lab.com. On today's class, we will be covering below topics: Palo Alto Proof of Concept requirements, best practice assessments, migration tools, reset configuration, single pass architecture, the benefit of single pass architecture, machine learning, and user authentication options. Let's discuss the question number 1. These questions will be about the Palo Alto Network's proof of concept requirements, and the questions is follows. Which step is necessary at the end of a proof of concept engagement? The options is A. Clear all data and logs from the device used, or B. Revoke all license from the device, or C. Submit the system back to the proof of concept labs teams for reset, or D. Reset the device operating system. From those options, we need to check each of the options. From option A, we need to clear all data and logs from the device used. This is necessary for each proof of concept that has been done. And B, revoke all license from the device. This is no need because the license will also be removed. And C, submit the system back to the proof of concept labs team for reset. We need to reset first the configuration or clear all the data before we turn in back to the lab teams. And D, reset the device operating system. We can use the clear all the data to reset all the configurations. Then the answer for the questions number 1 is A, clear all data and logs from the device used. Let's go to the question number 2. These questions will be about the best practice assessments that provided by Palo Alto Networks firewalls. The question is follow. Which three of the following are identified in the best practice assessment tools? Choose three. The options are A. Use of device management access and settings, or B. Identification of sanctioned and unsanctioned software as a service or SaaS application, or C. Presence of command and control or C2 sessions, or D. Use of decryption policies, or E. Measurement of the adoption of URL filters, FID, and user ID. From these options, we need to understand what is best practice assessment. The best practice assessment tools basically is a tools that used to evaluate device configurations by measuring the adoptions of capability, validating whether the policies adhere to best practice, and providing recommendations and instruction for how to remediate failed best practice checks. And on the right side, we see the diagram that shows the step that recommended by Palo Alto Networks to conduct periodic best practice and transformations. to a proper firewall's configuration. From previous explanation, now we can check each options as follow. A. Use device management and access setting. So this is the answer, yeah. We can check the device management and access setting from the best practice assessment tools. And then B, identification of sanctioned and unsanctioned software as a service. It's not the answer. And C, presence of command and control C2 session. It's also not the answer. Or D, use of decryption policy. Yes, we can find the decryption or the policy that use on the firewalls. And then E, measurement of the adoption of URL filtering, FID and user ID. This is yes, because we can find the adoption rates of the feature that we enable. Then the answer for the question number 2 are follows. A, use of device management access and settings. D, use of decryption policies. E, measurement of the adoption of URL filters, FID, and user ID. Let's go to the question number 3. These questions will be about the migration tools that provided by Palo Alto. And the question is follow. Which tool can review and imported configurations and assist with identifying which application-based rules should be implemented? The options are follows. A. Iron Skillet. B. Autonomous Digital Experience Management or ADEM. Or C. Expeditions. Or D. Panorama Correlation Reports. From those options, we need to understand the function of its tools, which follows. The Iron Skillet is a day one deployment agnostics for next generation firewall and panorama configuration. It is used as an initial baseline, including device hardening and security profiles to be used by use case specific configurations and security policies. So basically, Iron Skillet is for the day one configuration. And it is not the migration tools. And then we go next, the Autonomous Digital Experience Management or ADEM. The ADEM will empower IT teams to deliver exceptional user experience and optimal productivity. So with ADEM, we can view the user experience to access specific applications that we monitor, and we can improve the productivity of the users and the IT security teams. And these tools is not the migration tools. Next, the expeditions. The expeditions is the tools that purpose to help reduce time and efforts of migrating a configuration from a supported vendor to Palo Alto networks. So the expeditions is the tools that we use to migrate the configuration from supported vendor to Palo Alto networks. And the last one is the panorama. Panorama aggregates all logs from all managed firewalls and enables reporting on the aggregated data for a global view, application use, user activity, and traffic patterns across the entire networks. Then from those explanations, now we can check its options, whether the option is correct. From the option A, the iron skillets is not the answer. And then the B, Autonomous Digital Experience Management or ADEM, it's also not the answers. And then C, the expeditions. Now, expedition is the migration tool that can help the migration process. And the panorama correlation report, it's not the migration tool. Then the answer for question number 3 is C, expedition tools. Let's go to the question number 4. These questions will be about Palo Alto networks, the need to use the reset configurations. The question is follow a customer's next generation firewall or NGFW proof of concept, POC, and final presentation have just been completed. Which CLI command is used to clear data, remove all logs, and restore default configurations? The options is follow. A. Request private data reset system. B. Request a reset system public data reset. Or C. Request system private data reset. Or D. Reset system public data reset. From those options, we need to find the correct command to reset the Palo Alto configurations. From Palo Alto Knowledge website, we found that a CLI command can be used to remove all blocks and restores the default configurations using the following commands: request system private data reset. This website is the knowledge-based portal that used by partners or customers to get the information about the troubleshooting step or the guidance that provided by Palo Alto Networks to solve some issues. We can always refer the knowledge-based portal to find the issues that we need to solve. From the explanation before, now we can choose the answer for these questions. That is C, request system private data reset. Let's go to the question number 5. These questions will be about Palo Alto Networks single pass architecture. The questions will be: what is a key benefit of the single pass architecture or SPA in PAN-OS? The options are follows. A. Throughput is increased due to multiple decoding paths. Or B. New features may be added to existing hardware without affecting performance. Or C. Only one processor is required to perform any system functions. Or D. Device may be clustered for more efficiently. From these options, we need to explore what is single pass architecture first. The single pass architecture is truly a unique approach by Palo Alto Networks next generation firewall. This approach is process the traffic once for every traffic that pass through the firewalls. It will be parallel inspected or parallel processed by the firewalls. And the common knowledge for these features is the scan it once, scan it all. With these architectures, it will be increase some benefits. For example, the performance, because with the SP or single pass architecture, it will reduce the amount of processing overhead required to perform multiple functions in one security device. And then we can improve the flexibility because we can add new security features but has a minimal impact on performance in a single pass architecture. With the previous explanations, now we can check which option has the best suit of benefit from single pass architecture. A. Throughput is increased due to multiple decoding process. It's not the answers. And B. New features may be added to existing hardware without affecting performance. This is yes. We can improve the performance and the flexibility. And C. Only one processor is required to perform any system function. It's not the answer. Or D. Device may be clustered for more efficiently. It's not the correct answer. Then the answer for the questions number 5 is B. New features may be added to existing hardware without affecting performance. Let's go to the questions number 6. This question will still about the Palo Alto Network single pass architecture, and the question is followed. If a Palo Alto Network's next generation firewall or NGFW already has advanced threat prevention or ATP enabled, what is the throughput impact of also enabling wildfire and advanced URL filtering or AURLF? The option is follows. A. The throughput will decrease, but the maximum simultaneous sessions will remain consistent. Or B. The throughput will decrease with each additional subscription enabled. Or C. The throughput will remain consistent, but the maximum number of simultaneous sessions will decrease. Or D. The throughput will remain consistent regardless of the additional subscriptions enabled. From these options, we need to check its options. As we know the benefit of single pass architectures, let's check the options. The options A say the throughput will decrease, but the maximum simultaneous sessions will be consistent. This is not the answer because we can improve the performance by using the single pass architecture, and the throughput, the B options, the throughput will decrease with each additional subscription enabled. No, because we can have the flexibility on which feature that we want to enable. Or C, the throughput will remain consistent, but the maximum number of simultaneous sessions will decrease. It's not the answer to, because there is no impact on the sessions. And the last one is D, the throughput will remain consistent regardless of the additional subscription enabled. So this is the answer because we can improve the flexibility on which subscription that we want to enable, and the performance is stay consistent because the use of the single pass architecture. Then the answer for the question number 6 is D. The throughput will remain consistent regardless of the additional subscriptions enabled. Let's go to the question number 7. These questions will be about the Palo Alto Network's machine learning capability. The questions is follow. What allows verification of machine learning or ML functionality for wildfire during a proof of concept? The option is follow. A. Execution of the appropriate CLI command. Or B. Reviewing traffic in the traffic log. Or C. Utilizations of the ACC reports. Or D. By checking the counters. From these options, we need to check the each option. Let's go check the each options. From A, the execution of the appropriate CLI command, we can check the status of the machine learning by executing the appropriate CLI command. And then B, reviewing the traffic in the traffic log. It's not the answer because the use of the machine learning, we can detect it on the thread log, not the traffic log. And then the use of utilization of the ACC report, it's not because it just show the thread names. And then checking the counters, it's not the answer. Then the answer is A, execution of the appropriate CLI command, because we can run the command on the CLI using the command show mlav cloud status. Then the answer for the questions number 7 is A, execution of the appropriate CLI command. Let's go to the question number 8. These questions will be about the Palo Alto Network's user authentication method. The question is follow. Which cloud identity engine service should be discussed if a prospect indicates they have an identity provider or IDP that supports SAML 2.0? The option is A, Global Protect and SD1, or B, Directory Sync and Cloud Authentication Services, or C, Cloud Access Security Broker or SASB, or D, Windows AD Agent. From these options, we need to check its options. From option A, whether we need to discuss the cloud identity engine if we use the Global Protect and SD1, the answer is no, because it is not the direct approach for the SD1 solution. And then we go to the P options, directory syncs and cloud authentication services. In the cloud identity engine, that is support the SAML 2.0 for the directory sync and the cloud authentication services. So this is the correct answer. And then C, Cloud Access Security Broker or SASB, it's not the answer. And the Windows AD agent, it is not the answer too, because we have the directory sync and cloud authentication services that support the SAML or SAML 2.0 configuration. Then the answer from the question number 8 is B, directory sync and cloud authentication services. Then that is conclude our training for today. I hope you found this overview of PSE Strata Professional exam topics helpful. Be sure to check out 591lab.com for more online course, practice exams, and training materials to continue your certification preparations. You can also visit www.591search.com to learn more about our full suite of services. And thank you for joining today's class, and I wish you the best luck of your certification journey. See you next time.